Hey everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute, but that's why I'm here. I'm here so we can talk, we can catch up because I have a lot to say. I have a lot to catch you guys up on. So if you're interested to, in seeing, where I've been, what's been going on with me or whatever, stay tuned because it's been quite a bit. I just want to take this opportunity to just kind of vent, kind of air things out. Um, Maybe when you hear the things that I've gone through this year, this wonderful year, um, maybe it'll hit home to some of you, and we can talk further. But first and foremost, I definitely want to thank my new subscribers for just deciding to click the subscribe button, and I'm sure you've noticed the inconsistencies. And I also want to definitely thank those who haven't left me and hoping that I come around and I've seen your messages encouraging me to come back in and to do more videos, and that's the plan. But once you've heard what I've been going through, hopefully you can understand um, why it's been so difficult for me. But nonetheless, today we're gonna play with makeup. I'm gonna try to, go in and show you like what I'm using or whatever, but I just want to take this opportunity to kind of just catch you guys up on some stuff and do some chit chat, and hopefully, as I'm talking, you guys will pause the video and do some talking of your own in my comment section so we can politic back and forth. So if you're interested in seeing what look I create and also chatting with me, stay tuned. But before you get all cozy, we already know I'm inconsistent, but I got a plan. I definitely got a plan. But before you get all cozy, there's a subscribe. Lord have mercy. I've been. It has been a minute. I can't even say subscribe. The subscribe button is over here crying. The subscribe button is over here. Alongside of it is the notification bell. Click both. Go ahead. There. They're right there. I need it. I need the love. Jesus. I just need the love because I don't know how to say subscribe. Click right here. Welcome to my channel. There is a subscribe button that's located right here. Alongside of it is a notification bell. Stay tuned. So guys, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for joining. Just thank you for your support. I honestly appreciate it. I know I'm in a different setting. There's no backdrop. Even when I was in my other space, when I didn't have a backdrop, it didn't look like this. I'm actually moving, so this is not my new spot. This is actually my bedroom. I had to move some things around because my grandmother came to stay with me for a little bit, and where I did my recording, I moved my stuff out of there and just moved it into a corner into my room. So it's a little darker in the background, but we're gonna have to rock with it because it's for my next few videos, it's just gonna look like this. The products that I'm using, all of them, I will be listing them down in the description box. So if you're interested in any of them, and I will be talking about the products that I am using today in other videos that are coming up. And so yeah, so just work with me. I might pop up and just say certain things here and there, but we're just going with the flow. So let's get started. We all know that 2020 has been a horrendous year as far as COVID, and it just has taken everybody for a loop. COVID hasn't been the main thing that has kept me from recording. I got furloughed for 1 week, no big deal. And it's never been seen. Plenty of hospitals, health systems have seen some layoffs because they just couldn't. We lost a lot of money in this whole pandemic. It has just been a terror in all businesses and things like that. But it just been a downer, and I just want to take a minute for any of my supporters who have had family members who lost their lives due to COVID. My heart goes out to you and to your family. There's not enough words to kind of fill in the gaps of what you might be feeling through this whole ordeal. My condolences to you and your family. So, this is not difficult for me to talk about, but when I share this, I don't want no one to feel bad for me whatsoever, because it really isn't anything for anyone to feel like, oh, poor Talia, right? So one of my truly main reason for not being able to film is because I am married to an alcoholic. And he's actually been on this channel, Vlogmas, maybe 2 years ago, whatever. And with his first time going through rehab, he disclosed himself that he was an alcoholic. So it's already out there. If anyone has something to say about me exposing whatever, he did that himself. Disclaimer, there's no hate, there's still quite a bit of love there. But when I say it was such a time, I don't want my supporters to feel as if I don't care about this channel and it was, my main focus was, money or whatever the case is, because that's not the case. I truly love makeup. I love talking, voicing my opinions. I love all of that. But when you're dealing with a person who has an illness, right? An unpredictable one at that, it's hard to focus. Every weekend, I had a plan. I would, write down my video ideas so that I didn't have to scramble around. I'm not the type of person to just pick up an item and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to play with this and record. I have to have complete thoughts, even though it doesn't seem like I can form a complete sentence. I need to plan it out to the best of my ability. So every week I would have it in mind to record. And for the most part, I would get a day in. But my husband wouldn't drink Monday through Thursday. And on the weekends, it was like he was a complete hellraiser. And when I would get in front of the camera, or when I would get ready to, because I'm a procrastinator, a very huge one. So I would get up early. Early morning was good, but I wouldn't get focused until later in the day. And by the time I would get focused, he's like 3 shades in. He had the gastric bypass. And for those who have had bariatric surgery, or for those who are considering bariatric surgery, know that you shouldn't drink alcohol within your first year of surgery. Now, if you go to your counseling, or your groups that you have before you get the surgery, they do pre-warn you on how alcohol can affect you and the possibility of addiction if you were to drink. Well, that's kind of what happened here. And I don't want to go into his story, his feelings, or whatever. I just want to focus on how I was affected by it. I just wanted to kind of put that out there so then people know. And if they know anyone who has had bariatric surgery and notice, their loved one's behavior when they're drinking, they just might want to bring that to their attention. So, as much as I wanted to be to put up a front and just continue to push forward, I didn't feel like the love that I have for this channel would show up. I just didn't think that it would, because I recorded videos after videos. I think even on my IG page, I had I don't know if I took a picture of what I was editing, and I can't remember if it was my NARS video or my crayon case. It was something, and in the middle of it, even going through the video, there was crackling or little crackles I could hear in the sound. The sound was jacked up, and at that point, I was like, you know what? All the hard work that I put in, they were good videos. At least I would think so. I didn't even go back to see all of them, but they were also rushed because those were the times I would record when he would disappear. And when he would come home, it would be it was something. So I would try to do as much as I can so that I could just check the boxes. Oh, okay, I got this video done. I'll edit, during work and throughout the week when he's peaceful. But I just could not. I just couldn't focus. And there was a couple of incidences because it just kept spiraling. It just kept spiraling. Nothing good comes out of situations like that. I mean, thank God he never hurt anybody, but he had to deal with his repercussions, and I'm not going to be the one to say all the things he's gone through. It's not my story to tell, but it started to affect the household, like affect us financially. And it's one thing, I live in Atlanta, right? And when I moved to Atlanta, please forgive me if this video is everywhere. I'm just talking. But when we first moved to Atlanta, it was way cheaper. For the house that I'm in, I've been in the same house since I moved here back in 2013, 2014. One, I hate moving. I hate the process of moving. Everything about moving I despise. So I'm like, listen, the next place we go to from here is a purchase home. And we just got comfortable and we've just been here. Rent went up last year. And of course, with two incomes, not bad. But because of his actions, it got down to one income. So I'm like, God, it never fails. Like, I just felt like I couldn't breathe. I couldn't come up. I could not do nothing. Like, when I was starting to get focused on my goals and my dreams, my aspirations, I just felt like, I don't know if he's doing it on purpose. That's how I was feeling. Like, if he's doing it on purpose, like, who likes to just F up all the time? And it was just exhausting. So naturally, as much as I wanted to like bust out in tears because now I have to go into survivor mode because it's just not us, it's just not me and him, it's me, him. I do have two adult children that live with me, right? I don't plan on ever being a parent, on rushing my kids out the house. I have a 21-year-old, 18, and a 10-year-old. Because Lord knows, when my kids leave the nest, I want them to be prepared because once you walk out that door, I don't want you really coming back here. I want you to be established, be prepared, be like, you can work, but I want you to be able to take care of yourself because it's hard. And I do believe that family should help each other as much as possible. I don't believe in leaving your people out to dry. But anywho, so, dealing with now a financial strain due to poor choices, I had to pick up door dashing, which, by the way, door dashing isn't a bad side hustle, FYI. But because I already have a full-time job, I had to take the time to go DoorDash on my days off. Even not even on my days off, like once I got off work, change my clothes at work, and go DoorDash and try to make ends meet as much as possible. So, of course, now technically picking up another job that takes me away from my passion. Does YouTube cut me a check once I hit $100? And there's no telling when that when that will be. So I can't live off of $100 on any given day. Hell, I can spend $100 just buying groceries every 2 weeks, every 2 days, every 2 weeks, every 2 days. When you are in a relationship and you guys decide to get married, you guys walk down the aisle and say, I do. Those vows that are said, for better, for worse, for sickness and in health, to death do you part. Do you really think about those vows? Do you really, think about, well, what if it gets bad? Okay, so before I keep going with this rant of whatever I'm talking about here, I'm going to go in with the mix of the Juvia's Place, the Nubian Glow, and the Juvia's Place Wahala 2 palette. I bought so much makeup, and I had did a part 2 to the haul I did, but there was no sound. and my Makeup by Yolanda Jamrock No Limitations palette. Now this, I'm gonna show you all of them real quick, real quick. She looks like this. As you can see, I've been wearing out this one. She's beautiful. And everybody has seen the Wahala 2 palette, but untouched. Like, this is my first time touching it or whatever. I'm not going to tell you which shades I'm going into. I'm actually inspired by one of my scarves, and this is the Nubian Glow. My marriage has kept me very busy, and I'm just trying to figure out what's next. Marriage is definitely more than Instagram photographs where you wear matching tops and, you know, everybody's looking happy and whatever. Like, has your marriage ever had to go through the test? Like, has it had to go through the ringer? And if it, you know what I'm saying? And if not, what would you do if it did? Because, you know, when you go through situations like this, you feel like everybody judges you because because if you want to stay or if you want to be the spouse that supports, you know, as long as you're not getting physically abused or whatever, you might have dealt with some verbal situations because I did. He definitely got verbally abusive under the influence. That I will not deny. And I don't want to say or excuse any actions, but it's like I went into nurse mode. Like, I didn't take it personally because I knew that it wasn't him who was talking to me. And then sometimes I felt like this is your moment to speak the truth, and I hear what you're doing. Really ask yourself that question. Could you really withstand the worst? Because when you get married, the intention is to be married forever. Like, you get married, no take back seats. Now this is round 2 for me. And I always felt like God was punishing me. This is because I read my Bible or whatever. And I always felt like the reason why I've gone through so much with this marriage because God wasn't gonna bless it because I should have worked it out with my first husband. That's how my mind works. When you read through scripture and certain things that just stick, you just can't like unread it, unsee it. So, but yeah, it's one of those things that you really need to think about. Are you built for the worst? Do I resent him? You know what? Not really. Not really. I was angry for a while, and I'm not gonna even sit here and say that sometimes when he's in recovery, um, sometimes when he speaks to me, I'm very short. Um, I can get real testy at times. And when I catch myself in the moment, I will apologize for them. You can't say one moment you forgive a person, and then the next moment you want to act like a complete jerk. Like, it's not a very good idea. Like, you shouldn't do things like that. I think I did this all wrong. Like, I think I like this color so much, I just started slapping it all over the place. But this is not how I wanted to do it. Sitting here yapping. David went to rehab, and at this point, all we're going to do is pray that this time he really works his program, his treatment, and we shall see. It's been tough. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. You know, again, I'm a straight up hustler. Like, I've been grinding as far as to make sure that I do what I have to do for my household and sacrifice what I love to do. But there were moments there were moments that I'm just like, Lord, like to I just wanted to be, not me, my life being over. It's just I was just done with the BS. I was just done with the foolery. I didn't want to feel this madness anymore. I feel like, does that look muddy? I don't want it to get muddy on me. This color right here, that blue that I put on from the Wahala palette, is kind of sheer. Let me see if this blue from the Jamrock palette deepens it. It's a brighter blue. Please don't judge, just look. I'm just playing and talking. It's another thing, like, I really couldn't even play with the products that I wanted to play with. And that's another issue that I was going through. Like, not a big crier, This is from the Yolando palette. Just trying to see what kind of orange this is. I feel like I can't blend. I can't do anything. I can't do anything. Now I got caught up on this look because I felt like it was looking like trash. I don't even know what I was talking about. So, yeah, that was that was tough, but we're definitely getting through it, and only God has control of how that works out. So then, dealing with that, finally got him into rehab, and then my dad has a stroke. It's like it's like freaking never ending. When I tell you, it was like one thing after another, and I'm like, Lord have mercy. Like, you could only feel like you're being tested at this point. It's like, Lord, what else do you think that I can physically endure? But thank God, my dad is well and good. He's still kind of sluggish with the walking, but overall, he's well. No slur in his speech. And because he would walk every single day, his eating habits were He just didn't take his blood pressure medication or his diabetes medication for 2 years. So that's why he had a stroke. So, um, and then, my grandmother, who is 90 years old, she's alive and well. Thank you, Jesus. So to help my mom out, I decided to go get her from Louisiana and take that pressure off of her. But with that being said, it was like, okay, again, I really can't focus on filming and doing other stuff because it's just one thing after another. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you guys are God believers, but I am. And when I say the God I serve has got me through such a time that it's incredible. Like, incredible. Because when I say God has made a way out of no way, and that's one thing I do want to bring into, I'm going to talk more in another video, but definitely bring it to my channel in 2021, is talking about my faith. Not to the point um it becomes like overly religious, because even God didn't want you to be overly religious. But to help myself and to help others, if it's a benefit, to find some sense of peace, like in the part of your mental health, but finding peace and serenity. Some may be with it, some may not be, but you have to preserve your mental health. Like, if not nothing, you know, anxiety is there. I wouldn't say it's heavy for me, because being a person who has worked in behavioral health, being a person who talks to patients every day about taking their medications, I'm good with just taking one routine medication. I have high blood pressure. I don't want any more meds. Like, I don't want to add something else. So I try to manage my anxiety, and reading the Bible, talking to God definitely helped me. And if I lose subscribers because I will start a conversation about God, I will just lose them. Like, I'm not afraid to lose subscribers over that. But to let you know, it's coming. Guys, don't talk about me. I'm picking up brushes. I have been rusty. You hear me? Rusty, rusty, rusty when it comes down to applying makeup. Color theory, what blends well together. Like, just because you see it on a t-shirt may not necessarily translate well on your eyeball. So since we got all that sad and depressing stuff out the way, other stuff, getting in front of camera, knowing that you have gained quite a bit of weight doesn't make you feel like the most confident individual in the world. And with my dad having a stroke, it just put a lot of things in perspective. Like, I don't want to be me. You know what I mean? Like, I have high blood pressure too. Regardless of what I know about hypertension, I'm not the most compliant individual in the world. I could tell you a whole bunch of reasons why I don't take my meds all the time. I just don't. But nonetheless, I have gained quite a bit of weight. Since I'm not a very big crier, I'm a very big snacker. I snack when I'm stressed, when I have energy that I don't know what to do with, sad, whatever, I'm a snack. And I just don't eat proper meals. So it's one of those things that, you try to start a series on taking care of yourself, weight loss journey for you to just gain 30 plus pounds. So that's something. Not having proper coping skills when it comes down to managing my weight and what I choose to put in my mouth. Like, I would just get quick and easy foods or eat late at night and go to bed. And also, too, not getting enough sleep and then just stress by itself can prevent, who knows? But nonetheless, I gained a lot of weight. So all those things played a factor in my life. And so the weight gain, was an issue. And dealing with politics, watching the world go into what it's gone into. And for me, I'm just going to put this out here. What bothers me in the world today when it comes down to politics is that we have some disingenuous people. I want to make it clear. I don't care on what side of the fence you decide to be on. It's about people's moral compass. And just to see, like, not enough people talk about it, I did not even want to watch YouTube. It was only a select few of YouTubers that I continued to watch, but everybody else was like, oh, you're not talking about nothing. You're really not talking about nothing. If I have to hear about a Jeffree Star one more time, or what's his name, the other one? James Charles. If I had to hear about them one more time, it was like, you know what? Let me just come off. I'm not the type of person to go and unfollow or whatever. I just come off the platform altogether. Be like, you know what? You're not talking about anything. So signing off. And it's sad because it's like, why? I don't care that James Charles went to the laundromat. I don't mind when people post things that matter when it comes down to these people, right? Because I will. If I have something to say, if I have an opinion of whatever these people are doing, I will say something about it if I feel passionate enough to speak on it. But do we have to talk about every little thing they do? No, right? I didn't think so. And that's how I feel like we're just going in the direction of talking about the same people over and over again. Like, let them live. Like, why aren't we sitting here talking about people who are actually doing things, like positive things, who are exhibiting talent? Why aren't we speaking about them? And it would kill me that, you would have some people who would say, oh, I don't want to talk about politics or race issues on my channel because I just want to confuse things and, make people mad or whatever the case is. But don't you think at this point it's time to ruffle some feathers? Not to make people angry, but to open up eyes. In this lighting, right? My head looks like a helmet, like it's just sitting on top of my body. Like, look at the two different complexions. I can't. Gotta find me a home remedy to handle that. I have truly been using products till it's empty, honey. Like, I'm tired of being wasteful. When I look at my makeup collection, I'm like, girl, do you know how much money you could have had in your pocket? Like, seriously. But I love it so much. Even though you kind of see, like, damn, I got duped because it's the same color story. They're just arranged differently. And if you don't notice, like, that's what makes a palette. It's the arrangement. It's not because they're new colors. It's actually how they're arranged, how they catch your eye. Did I make this light brighter? Because I could have sworn I cut it down. I did. I love makeup so much, but it's time to simmer down on it. I don't get no type of PR, which is fine. Clearly, I don't mind spending my money. And so now that things have settled down, I'm really focusing on my channel, and I actually am creating a merch line, not associated with Talia's eye candy, but with my race and ethnicity. I'm an Afro-Latina, and I just want to shed light on who am I who I am as a person, and what I embody, and what my culture is like. And so that will be definitely, I already have my logo. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to show you guys what that is. And if you follow me on Beauty from the Inside Out 365, I shared my logo up there, and also too on Talia's Eye Candy on Instagram, if you follow me there. And if you haven't, go on over. I definitely feel like this year has given me, can't really speak for others, but definitely has given me the opportunity to kind of revamp what I want, revise the things that I want, especially on this channel. I want to continue to embody beauty, especially women in my age group. And I'm going to go into detail because I definitely want to talk more about what I want to do here and get your feedback on that too. But I just don't want to be a cookie cutter beauty channel. Like, I think everything has been done at this point. I need to figure out where I feel like I'm going to move into the direction where I will stand out from the rest, because it's a different kind of grown over here. I'm not going to be afraid to talk about stuff. I'm not going to be afraid to not get brand deals or whatever, because people need to have a voice. I have a career. As long as I feel like I stay in the guidelines of where I don't jeopardize my career, I just want to be free on my channel. When I say I put no thought into this look, none. I barely put thought into my talking points. I can't wait to hear what you guys been up to down in the comment section. I just hope that you guys haven't had to suffer a lot with losses and things. I would hate that for you guys. How was your holiday? Now that Christmas is over, like, what's on your mind? I'm so glad that it's over, because it was definitely a different Christmas for me and my family. Like, it wasn't the same. Too much was going on. Reality hit, and I had to explain to my kids, like, there were other things that took priority. Trying to find you a home. All right, guys. Well, this is the final look. Again, I will leave everything down in the description box on what I used on my face today. And again, this wasn't a tutorial. This was just a get ready with me, chit chat all over the place, rant, vent, therapy session, and just my segue on coming back on to my YouTube channel. I definitely wanted to kind of just keep you guys up to date with what was going on with me, and not that I have a big following, but again, the ones who stay in touch with me, check in to see if I'm doing okay. And for the most part, I have been. I just been going through some hard times and some real life stuff. And my only encouragement to you is that you don't always have to be brave. You don't always have to just come off strong, because I have the tendency on doing that. And sometimes when you isolate yourself, it does you more harm than good. So, and that's what I want to do more here on my channel, is talk about real stuff. Like, we can talk about these, whack YouTubers who do whack stuff or whatever, or, have whack releases. But there's so much more out there to discuss that I just think that we need to talk about it. And who cares what people think? Who cares about who's going to rock with you? Those who are going to rock with you are going to rock with you, even if they have a difference of opinion. But I'm so glad to be Black. Yes, I am. I'm so glad to be back. this is what inconsistency does to you. You can never speak in front of the camera. You just lose your words. But nonetheless, I just hope that you guys are rocking with me in 2021. And thank you for stopping by. If you want to connect with your girl on social media, you can find me on everything Talia's Eye Candy. That's on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I also have, I'm just going to just drop this one. But I also have 2 other Instagram pages. So I technically have 3, but I'm just going to give you one for right now, and I'll give you the other one on another day. Beauty from the Inside Out, 365. And I also want to give a shout out to my daughter. Make sure I don't get her Twitch wrong. I'm going to leave her Twitch information up here. She is a girl gamer. And if you have any young adults, she's 21. So don't send your little teens and itty bitty people over there to watch her on Twitch. She is an adult, but she is a girl gamer and she's trying to, step up her platform. So I definitely want you to go over, at least send your young ones, your young adult ones, over there to go check her out. She's more vocal. She curses more than I do. I don't know. I think she does. I know she curses. I hear her when she's playing. But overall, I think in my lifetime, I don't curse as much as she does. But, yeah. I just pray that she fulfills her dream and she wants to be a girl gamer. So, if you have young people, her information will be up here. I'm also going to leave her link down in my description box. And then you can send your young folks over there to her channel. Or if you are a gamer, like games, by all means, go check her out. Because I'm in her stream all the time. She definitely doesn't filter for me. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for supporting. And more videos to come. And I will finally have a schedule in 2021. Thank you. I love you guys so much. Catch you in the next. Bye.
Es que yo estoy buena, es que yo estoy dura. Yo sé que tú me quieres dar toda la noche entera. Cuando muevo la cadera, yo sé que te desespera. Pero con esta negra no hay quien pueda.